Hi, in this video we will be talking about the importance of triumphing over betrayal and infidelity in my relationship. Watch this video to the end to learn all about this. Welcome back to Relationship Facts. Betrayal and infidelity are like two jagged rocks threatening to shatter the vessel of trust in any relationship. When they infiltrate the sanctuary of love, they leave behind a trail of anguish, shattered dreams, and a profound sense of loss. My journey through this tumultuous terrain was a test of resilience, introspection, and ultimately, redemption. The first crack in the facade of my relationship appeared like a hairline fracture, a subtle shift in behavior, a lingering doubt that danced at the periphery of my consciousness. Denial was my initial refuge, shielding me from the harsh reality that someone I loved and trusted could inflict such pain. But denial, like a flimsy raft, could only carry me so far before it succumbed to the relentless waves of truth crashing upon me. The moment of reckoning arrived with the force of a tempest, tearing apart the veils of deception and exposing the raw truth. The discovery of betrayal is a visceral blow, a collision of emotions that leaves you breathless, suspended in a void where past, present, and future blur into an indistinguishable haze of despair. In the aftermath of revelation, I found myself adrift in a sea of conflicting emotions. Anger, sorrow, disbelief, and a gnawing sense of inadequacy wrestled for dominance within me. The foundation of trust upon which my relationship was built had crumbled, leaving me to confront the daunting task of rebuilding or relinquishing what remained. The path to healing was fraught with obstacles, each one a reminder of the betrayal that had wounded me so deeply. Forgiveness, a concept I once held with reverence, now seemed an elusive mirage, shimmering tantalizingly beyond my reach. How could I forgive a betrayal that had shattered the very core of my being? Yet, in the depths of my despair, I realized that forgiveness was not a gift bestowed upon the betrayer but a lifeline extended to myself, a choice to release the burden of anger and reclaim my own peace of mind. But forgiveness, I soon discovered, was only the first step on the arduous journey toward healing. Trust, once broken, cannot be easily mended. It is a fragile thread, easily frayed by the slightest doubt or suspicion. Rebuilding trust demanded patience, transparency, and a willingness to confront the shadows that lingered in the recesses of my mind. Communication became my compass, guiding me through the labyrinth of doubt and insecurity. Honest conversations, though painful, became the crucible in which our relationship was forged anew. We laid bare our fears, our regrets, and our hopes for the future, weaving together the tattered strands of trust with threads of understanding and empathy. But even as we navigated the treacherous waters of reconciliation, the specter of infidelity loomed large, a constant reminder of the fragility of love. Doubt became my constant companion, whispering insidious lies that threatened to unravel the fragile tapestry of trust we had painstakingly woven. Yet, amidst the turmoil, I found unexpected sources of strength. Friends who offered solace in moments of despair, mentors who illuminated the path with their wisdom, and the quiet voice within me that refused to surrender to despair. It was through these connections, both external and internal, that I found the courage to confront my deepest fears and embrace the possibility of redemption. Slowly, imperceptibly, the wounds began to heal, leaving behind scars that bore testament to the resilience of the human spirit. With each passing day, the specter of betrayal receded into the shadows, its power diminished by the light of forgiveness and love. Our relationship, once teetering on the brink of collapse, emerged stronger and more resilient than before, a testament to the transformative power of perseverance and grace. Today, as I look back on the tumultuous journey that brought me to this moment, I am filled with gratitude for the lessons learned and the strength gained. Betrayal, though devastating, need not be the end of the story. It can be the catalyst for growth, the impetus for transformation, and ultimately, the foundation upon which a new chapter of love and trust is built. In overcoming betrayal and infidelity, I discovered the true measure of my resilience, the depth of my capacity to forgive, to love, and to believe in the possibility of redemption. And though the scars may linger, they serve as a reminder of the journey that brought me to this place, a place of healing, of hope, and of profound gratitude for the resilience of the human spirit. As the journey through betrayal and infidelity unfolded, I found myself traversing a landscape fraught with uncertainty and doubt. Each step forward was accompanied by a lingering sense of vulnerability, a constant reminder of the wounds that had yet to fully heal. But even in the darkest moments, there were glimmers of light, tiny beacons of hope that illuminated the path ahead and sustained me through the storm. One such beacon was the realization that healing is not a linear process but a journey marked by twists and turns, setbacks and breakthroughs. There were days when the pain felt insurmountable, when the weight of betrayal threatened to crush me beneath its suffocating embrace. But there were also moments of unexpected grace, moments of laughter, of connection, of profound tenderness, that served as reminders of the resilience of the human spirit. In those moments, I found solace in the simple acts of everyday life, in the warmth of a shared meal, the comfort of a familiar embrace, the beauty of a sunset painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson. It was in these moments of quiet reflection that I began to glimpse the possibility of redemption, not just for my relationship, but for myself. For in the crucible of betrayal, I discovered truths about myself that had long lain dormant beneath the surface of my consciousness. I discovered a strength I never knew I possessed, a strength born not of bravado or stoicism, but of vulnerability and authenticity. I discovered the power of compassion, the ability to extend grace to myself and to others, even in the face of profound pain. And most importantly, I discovered the resilience of the human heart, the capacity to love, to forgive, and to believe in the possibility of redemption, even in the darkest of times. But perhaps the most profound revelation of all was the recognition that healing is not a solitary endeavor but a communal one. A journey that we undertake together, hand in hand, heart to heart. It was through the support of friends, family, and loved ones that I found the courage to confront my deepest fears and to embrace the possibility of a future marked not by betrayal, but by trust, compassion, and love. Together, we navigated the rocky terrain of reconciliation, stumbling at times but always finding our footing again. We stumbled, but we did not fall, for we knew that our love was stronger than the wounds that threatened to tear us apart. And so, we pressed on, buoyed by the knowledge that our journey was not yet complete, that the best was yet to come. In the months that followed, we embarked on a journey of rediscovery, a journey that would take us to the deepest recesses of our hearts and souls. We delved into the shadows of our past, confronting long-buried fears and insecurities with courage and compassion. We opened ourselves up to vulnerability, allowing ourselves to be seen and known in ways we had never before imagined possible. And in that vulnerability, we found strength, in the shared understanding that our scars were not signs of weakness, but badges of courage, testaments to the battles we had fought and the victories we had won. We found strength in the knowledge that we were not alone, that our love was a force to be reckoned with, capable of overcoming even the greatest of obstacles. But perhaps the most profound lesson of all was the recognition that healing is a choice that we must make, day after day, moment after moment. It is a choice to forgive, to release the burden of anger and resentment that weighs us down and to embrace the freedom that comes with letting go. It is a choice to love, to extend grace to ourselves and to others, even when it feels undeserved. And it is a choice to believe in the possibility of redemption, even in the face of overwhelming doubt and despair. In making these choices, we discovered a newfound sense of empowerment, a sense of agency that had long eluded us in the throes of betrayal and infidelity. We realized that we were not passive victims of circumstance, but active participants in the unfolding drama of our lives. And as we embraced this newfound sense of agency, we reclaimed our power, the power to shape our own destiny, to write our own story, and to forge a future filled with hope and possibility. In the end, overcoming betrayal and infidelity was not just about saving our relationship, it was about saving ourselves. It was about reclaiming our sense of self-worth and self-respect, and refusing to be defined by the actions of others. It was about recognizing that our worthiness was not contingent upon the love or approval of another, but inherent in our very existence. And so, we emerged from the crucible of betrayal stronger and more resilient than before, armed with the knowledge that we were capable of weathering any storm that life might throw our way. We emerged with a deeper understanding of ourselves and each other, and a renewed commitment to honor the sacred trust that binds us together. But perhaps most importantly, we emerged with a sense of gratitude, for the lessons learned, the strength gained, and the love that sustains us through even the darkest of times. For it is in moments of darkness that the light of love shines brightest, illuminating the path ahead and guiding us toward a future filled with promise and possibility. As the journey through betrayal and infidelity continued to unfold, it became increasingly evident that true healing required more than just time. It demanded a profound shift in perspective, a willingness to confront the deepest recesses of our hearts, and a commitment to growth and transformation. One of the most profound shifts in perspective came through the recognition that betrayal, though devastating, was not a reflection of our worthiness or lovability. It was easy to fall into the trap of self-blame, to internalize the actions of the betrayer as evidence of our own inadequacy. But as we delved deeper into the complexities of human relationships, we came to understand that betrayal is often a manifestation of the betrayer's own wounds, insecurities, and unresolved issues. It is a reflection of their struggles, not ours, and to internalize it as such is to do ourselves a grave disservice. This realization was liberating in its simplicity. It freed us from the shackles of self-doubt and self-recrimination, allowing us to embrace our inherent worthiness and dignity. We came to understand that our value as individuals was not contingent upon the actions or opinions of others, but rooted in our own innate worth as human beings. And in embracing this truth, we found the courage to reclaim our power, to assert our boundaries, to advocate for our needs, and to cultivate a deep sense of self-respect and self-love. But perhaps even more transformative than the shift in perspective was the process of confronting the wounds and insecurities that had long lain dormant within us. Betrayal has a way of dredging up the darkest corners of our psyche, laying bare the fears and insecurities that we would rather keep hidden from the world. And yet, it is only by shining a light on these shadows that we can begin the process of healing and transformation. For us, this process began with a commitment to radical honesty, to ourselves and to each other. We peeled back the layers of pretense and facade, exposing the raw truth of our deepest fears and insecurities. We spoke of our childhood wounds, our past traumas, and the ways in which they had shaped our beliefs and behaviors in the present. And in doing so, we discovered a profound sense of connection and understanding, a recognition that we were not alone in our struggles, but united in our shared humanity. But radical honesty was just the beginning. We also had to confront the patterns and dynamics within our relationship that had contributed to the betrayal. We examined the ways in which we had inadvertently perpetuated cycles of dysfunction and toxicity, and we made a commitment to break free from those patterns once and for all. It was a painful process, fraught with moments of discomfort and resistance, but it was also a necessary one, a crucible in which our relationship was forged anew. Central to this process was the cultivation of empathy, the ability to see ourselves and each other with compassion and understanding, even in the face of our deepest flaws and vulnerabilities. We learned to hold space for each other's pain, to listen with open hearts and open minds, and to offer grace and forgiveness when it was needed most. And in doing so, we discovered the transformative power of empathy, the capacity to heal wounds, bridge divides, and forge deeper connections with ourselves and each other. But perhaps the most challenging aspect of our journey was the process of rebuilding trust, a fragile thread that had been shattered by the betrayal. Trust, once broken, cannot be easily mended. It must be earned through a consistent pattern of honesty, integrity, and accountability. For us, this meant making a commitment to transparency and vulnerability, to laying bare our fears and insecurities, even when it felt uncomfortable or frightening. It meant honoring our promises and commitments, and showing up for each other in ways both big and small. And it meant acknowledging the impact of our actions on each other, and taking responsibility for the harm we had caused. But perhaps the most profound aspect of our journey was the realization that healing is not a destination, but a journey, a continual process of growth, evolution, and self-discovery. It is a journey marked by moments of triumph and moments of setback, moments of joy and moments of sorrow. And yet, through it all, we have remained steadfast in our commitment to each other, to the sacred trust that binds us together, and the love that sustains us through even the darkest of times. In the end, overcoming betrayal and infidelity was not just about saving our relationship, it was about saving ourselves. It was about reclaiming our sense of self-worth and self-respect, and refusing to be defined by the actions of others. It was about recognizing that our worthiness was not contingent upon the love or approval of another, but inherent in our very existence. And so, we emerged from the crucible of betrayal stronger and more resilient than before, armed with the knowledge that we were capable of weathering any storm that life might throw our way. We emerged with a deeper understanding of ourselves and each other, and a renewed commitment to honor the sacred trust that binds us together. But perhaps most importantly, we emerged with a sense of gratitude, for the lessons learned, the strength gained, and the love that sustains us through even the darkest of times. For it is in moments of darkness that the light of love shines brightest, illuminating the path ahead and guiding us toward a future filled with promise and possibility. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, hit that bell, comment, and subscribe for more content on relationship facts. See you next time.